and welcome to another episode of Shikar. The crowd goes wild. Fresh from the Fringe
so
Fest.
Many people get here.
We have Xander, Jeanneret, Xander jean jacket.
Yeah.
I'm never letting that go.
Got one.
And
Hello,
of course,
Xander
me, that
Jeanneret,
bronze
and
girl. Huh?
I'm playing Scorpio, the half-elf monk lock.
You are playing Scorpio, the half-elf monk lock. Sorry, I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Okay, got it. Fixed
I can do that too. Beep, beep, beep. That should be good.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm also tweeting out the stream because I forgot it.
Oh, yeah.
Xander, tell everyone who you play and what you're up to.
Yes. Well, I am playing Scorpio tonight, and we're doing our one-on-one shot. Scorpio went through quite a bit last season, including sort of resolving some of the things that were brought up from season 1, from diving into the well in the first place and acquiring Whimsy as a passenger. But it's been a long time coming, and perhaps there is some balance of hope and despair that exists in the world. And Scorpio, now having assembled a lot of his broken memories as well from his mysterious past as a swashbuckler, is dealing with the repercussions of all of that. But he's still that fun-loving guy that likes to hit things with his head.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm that bronze girl. You know me from this campaign.
Wait, who are you again?
I'm that bronze girl. This is my stream. This is what I do. I tweeted a spoiler for today's episode, but I had to because I was so proud of painting. I had the most zen afternoon, Xander. I had the most zen afternoon. I was like,
how fitting.
I was like, I'm gonna just sit here and paint this, and I was gonna do this really like horrible thing where I made you think there was gonna be more barrel mimics.
Not the barrel mimics again. So many mimics.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, and then I was like, you know what? It's not gonna be a mimic, but then I was like, I'm not gonna do the debate at all.
We'll see. Maybe if I make some choices, you'll be like, you know what? Change of plans.
Exactly. And Instagram keeps asking me how old I am, and I hate that for me.
Oh, the app? Or I was like,
yeah,
Instagram, the concept.
It keeps asking me how old I am in order to use the website, and I'm just like,
huh.
Please stop. I'm just trying to have fun.
I think there's a crackdown on like the age of Instagram users. And so on one hand, it is nice that they're sort of looking out for younger people that may be exposed to some content on Instagram that can be unhealthy.
Okay. I'm putting her going live on Instagram too. Because since Coffin Run, thanks to the wonderful D20 community, I actually have Instagram followers. So I was like, maybe I should use Instagram.
While you're doing that, I have an Instagram. It's at Xanderific, but it's with 1 R and 2 Fs because right when my Twitter name started sort of taking off, someone parked the Xanderific account on Instagram and wants to charge me $5,000 for it. And I said, no, je refuse. And so I just used the other spelling, but it makes it confusing for brands. And I don't care. But it's a little freeing because I can put whatever I want on Instagram.
So is it 2 R's and 1 F or?
On Twitter.
Okay,
and it's 1 R and 2 Fs on Instagram.
What you're saying.
It's so hard to say. So I just tell people my Twitter and Twitch, which is the same, but Instagram is off on its own. And if you want some dance, I mostly dance over there.
And follow Xander on Instagram. Yeah. I already do.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm there.
It's fine. It's a fun account for me. It's not for business.
I was floored because I cracked 11,000 on Instagram, which for me is a lot. Because
yeah.
I post maybe a couple times a month, and I feel like that's one of those platforms you really have to post on regularly.
Maybe, or you just have a curated timeline, and so your followers.
That's the other thing is I like to. Have you seen like K-pop groups, like their Instagram, where when you look at the feed,
it's a like full experience.
That's what I want.
It's very cool. It takes a lot of coordination and like a full social media team, but
yeah, so that's why it hasn't happened. But I want that.
Right.
You know,
well, sign up for this incubator and you'll be a pop star in no time.
Yeah, right. When I see Jackson Wang's Instagram and stuff, I'm like, your Instagram is so aesthetic. It's just like Cartier spread, you know, and then it's like cover of Vogue, you know, Philippines edition. And then it's like album cover. And I'm like, why is your Instagram feed so beautiful? Mine has no consistency. Mine is like professional headshots and like me being like, no makeup on.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, there's no consistency between what I post.
But that's probably better than getting a piece of a picture like several times in your timeline as you follow someone who wanted to post a big collage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're right. That's true. But the other cool part of that is, in general, I think I like Instagram more because I feel like it's a lot less negative than other social media platforms. Twitter is exhausting for me.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Twitter's a lot.
Yeah. And I do like to lurk on TikTok. That also takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah, I tried to get into TikTok and I like it, but I don't like how formulaic it is. So
I
like
kind of
one
appreciate
person
it.
will make like a really good joke, but then I see the same joke. Some of them are different takes and I like them, but some of them are the same joke. And then I'm like,
It appeals to like that meme culture center of my brain from like back in early internet days of like, once you're in on the joke, you kind of can appreciate variations and things like that. But like you're saying, it has to be different. And so if it's all the same thing, then
interpretations instead of voiceovering someone else's. Because you see that a lot. You see people just lip sync to someone else's joke. Or the popular one on because, unfortunately, I do love skincare and makeup.
Oh my God, what's the tea going on in skin talk?
Listen, I fucking love skincare. Watching people's skincare routines, that's like my shit. I don't know what it is because I'm obsessive with skincare. And this ends up overlapping with makeup talk a lot.
Sure, like which that is drag talk too. So I see that all the time.
Same thing with like my YouTube is like all RuPaul's Drag Race and all like Trixie Mattel. And
perfect.
With Trixie and Katya, as well
Trixie
as Raj's
Motel on Discovery Plus.
Yeah, Trixie Motel. I've been watching that. Like so, because I also watch Gottmix talk show.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, you know, a lot of drag queens, a lot of skincare, and then because of that, it leaks over into like beauty a lot. And so I get like drag queens, which are hilarious, and then I get beauty YouTubers and beauty TikTokers. Yeah. And they do this thing where they'll just be doing their makeup, but they'll steal someone else's like story and they just voice over it. And it'll be like someone telling a story like, so I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me and it gets better. But they're not telling the story. They just like lip sync and like do their makeup. And I'm like, you stole that girl's story.
Yeah.
Like, what? And it'll have like 3 million views. And I'm like, what?
Because they're using that sound, I wonder if their thought is like, I'm amplifying this story or I'm using my platform to for whatever.
I think it's because they don't know what to talk about when they're doing their makeup.
Maybe that's true too. The one makeup artist that I like, I see all the time. She has like a thick like New York, New Jersey accent. She's stunning, but she's sitting there like, it's my skincare routine. Here we go.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yes. Let's give it a try. Yeah. Everybody's been talking about this blush, so we're gonna see what's what.
We're gonna see. Is it shit or not?
I like her.
Yeah.
I don't know what the account's name is, but I do like her because that's, you know, she's funny. This is like like Trixie Mattel.
Exactly.
Doing makeup reviews because at some point she will always be like, I guess this foundation isn't horrible if you're like a normal human woman.
And
but
not a drag artist.
I'm not. So this is horrific, and I would never use it again. But I just love like I love how shady she is with makeup, where she's like, well, this is horrible.
Yeah. Lots of opinions.
And then like, but you people love watching me struggle. You guys don't want to see a good makeup review. You want me to struggle and suffer. You love when I hate makeup. That's the only reason you bitches are here. And yeah.
It's true.
Who's your favorite queen?
Oh, it changes all the time. But I mean, I am loving the current All-Star season. It's a lot of favorites.
Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for?
I mean, from the get-go, I think Shea Coulee has had this in the bag because she's so talented. Is gorgeous. Amazing. I mean, I love Jinx. She's killing the competition. I have fallen in love with Trinity throughout All-Stars. I did not go into it rooting for her. But I mean, I love all of them. Raja, Monet Exchange, like the Vivienne from the UK season. I love Evie Oddly. They're all so great. Jade Essence Hall. I've said them all, I think.
I came into it hardcore rooting for Jinx and Raja, because Raja is probably one of my favorite queens of all time. And I love Jinx too. Jinx just makes me laugh, and she's local. She's from Seattle, so of course I was going to root for her. She's
her
Seattle queen.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really want Raja to like win this, and I think Raja, in my opinion, got snubbed once or twice, but now she's starting to come out like, you know, in the lead. But it's been great seeing new fans of Drag Race fall in love with Raja, because she hasn't been on since like season 3, I think. So
it's great that she gets to showcase her stuff in this new format.
She's so just like, I love Raja.
Iconic.
I love Raja. So I came into this rooting for her. I will say my Trinity is Evie. I came into the like,
I love Evie.
I'm not the biggest fan of Evie's drag, but I love Evie so much out of drag. Like, I love the laugh, like, ha ha ha. Evie laughs with their soul, and that shit fucking sends me. I don't know what it is. Every time I hear that, I'm like, I hope Evie wins. And just like the weird, like the personality, like Evie's won me over. And Trinity, I'm not the biggest fan of Trinity's style, but Trinity's so nice.
So nice
and
so
talented.
Helpful.
Like, we'll finish her outfit in like 30 seconds and go help someone sew theirs. And I'm just like, I wish I could do that. You're so sweet. You're so amazing, you know?
Anyway,
we're not going to apologize.
Welcome to our Drag Race
Pride Month.
podcast.
It's Pride Month. We're not going to apologize about Drag Race today. Normally, I apologize about the long Drag Race related intro talk. It's Pride Month. We're not apologizing.
You have to do what we want. It's our show and not yours.
Hey, the callbacks! The callbacks! I live. I die. All right. Let's get into it. We find ourselves in an enveloped, I would say, in the serenity of a monastery located in the lap of Moonblush Valley, surrounded by billowing golden seas of wheat all around. This monastery sits like an island in the middle of a golden sea. It's late fall. There's a bit of chillness in the air, and the harvest has begun for the season. There's a little bit of like a cold chill, a little bit of bite in the air. But as you look at the watercolor sunset, turning quickly from pastel to jewel tones, and you see the stars begin to wake up one by one, for the first time in a long time, Scorpio, you feel truly peaceful. The 3 weeks you've spent here have gone by almost at rapid pace. At first, your master, Akash, spent a lot of it by your side, sometimes in silence and meditation, and sometimes bonding over a cup of tea. But now you notice that he spent more and more time with your patron, Leander, who came here seeking guidance of his own, also seeking to ground his mind in order to battle his own demons a bit better. You've seen a change come over this strange deific being in his few weeks here. He seems more at peace. He seems less distraught, and he seems less racked with guilt than he did in previous times. There's a confidence and a gait in his step. And it occurs to you that for a deity to seek wisdom from your master speaks greatly of his own sort of knowledge and wisdom in all matters. When you first came to the monastery, Akash was surprised, especially to see you in the company of this strange entity, capable of wielding hope and despair in equal measure, in undoing the weave and sort of gentle balance of magic and manipulating it to their own will. But out of great respect for you, they allowed this individual into their most sacred of places and welcomed him with open arms. As you contemplate the stars and the quickly dying sun, you see another one of your fellow monks come padding across the marble courtyard with soft, slippered feet. Her hair comes down like in a sheet of straight, silky blackness behind her, with a half pulled up hairstyle with some beautiful gold chains kind of woven into her hair. And you know her. I was almost going to do a reference and say Trinity. Fuck it, we're going to do it. Pride Month.
Yeah.
And you recognize her as Trinity, another half-elf who trains here with you.
Mm-hmm.
She has on one hand a perfectly balanced platter, and on it, cut fruit, honey, and tea. She places it down in front of you and says, "Will there be anything else, sir?" Kind of mocking you a bit, like pretending that she's like a waitress.
Thank you once again, Trinity. Your help is appreciated, but not necessary.
Oh, well. It was mostly for me. She sits down like across from you, picks up like a hearty peach slice and like begins nomming on it.
As we get a good look at Scorpio, you can see that he has changed out of his sort of ratty travel clothes that he's been in for a while, because he constantly would forget that he hasn't changed or worn new clothes. So he's in like a brand spanking new monk's uniform from the monastery. You can tell there's like a crispness to it that didn't have this worn threadbare quality, but he does still carry around the cloth that provides a bit of frost protection, and he does seem to have added a small like half jacket that provides a bit of protection from the cold. He's been sitting in this position for a bit and stretches to some cracking noises, maybe of some joints that have been stiff from the meditation, and will take in the fruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you're stretching, she kind of does too. She gets into like an easy wide split and kind of like folds forward a bit onto her forearms to like kind of eat with you while she's like trying to stretch her hamstrings.
Scorpio will move into an equal and mirrored position to try to help increase the stretch for both of them.
The
so they can sort of, like pull
Perfect.
each other.
Mm-hmm. And
so, how is your training going?
I guess it's going okay.
That sounds doubtful.
Well, yeah. I guess
Have
that's one of my biggest problems, though. Finding
the path before you.
Yeah. A lot of my instructors here say that I lack some self-assurance.
It's funny, the last student that I had, she had a bit too much self-assurance.
Oh, really? Was she very gifted?
Very gifted. She had skills and was even my teacher for a short time. Part of the balance in training is sharing skills. Even if your instructors may be hard to understand right now, know that they are gaining just as much wisdom from you.
That's an interesting thought. Surya always does say that you have to keep your mind open because you can learn something from everyone. I didn't think she was counting me in that though.
Do you not think of yourself as part of everyone?
Sometimes I feel like I'm looking in from the outside.
Interesting.
Through
Can you speak more on that?
a window.
Is it that you don't fit the body you inhabit currently, or that you don't feel terrestrial?
I guess I don't feel connected.
This definitely would cause a blockage in the training. A core principle is finding our connection, not only with each other, but with all of life.
I guess I came here because I thought I was going to transcend all of that.
A common goal, hard to attain.
Oh.
If it were easy, I think all of us would be enlightened.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Some would say it's about the journey to enlightenment that's important. So that you have it as a goal in the first place is a pretty good step.
I guess I have to figure out how to feel connected to people so then I can grow past that connection.
That sounds like a plan.
Cool. Yeah. She grabs a piece of cheese off the plate and thoughtfully nibbles on it while doing being in this kind of split with you.
Yeah. Scorpio will join in eating and sort of enjoying the contemplation.
After she finishes her piece of cheese, she's like, I'll be sad when you leave.
Well, thank you for expressing that. I think that it is in absence that we do grow fond of people and allow others to change and return with new lessons.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's a form of feeling connected to people in and of itself.
There you are.
That I'll miss you.
I'll miss you as well, Trinity, and I wish you well on your journey.
Where are you going to go?
That's a good question. I have some friends that I could meet up with. I owe them some help. They've helped me a great deal over the past, well, it's been quite some time.
Do you feel obligated to repay them?
I guess one could say that, though it's not really a debt or an obligation that I feel. It's more of a protective instinct. I don't want harm to come to them. And a lot of the harm that has happened has been because of me, my carelessness. A lot of it due to my previous condition. I can't make up for things that have happened in the past, but I can only listen to my feelings when I decide how to move into the future.
Huh.
Master Akash helped me realize that.
Oh, yeah. He did want to see you.
Oh.
I probably
sort of buried the lead there.
First. Yeah. I got distracted.
I understand.
I guess he wanted to chat with you and prepare you for your next trial. I didn't realize you were being tested. I thought you were training your mind, not your body.
Sometimes those are one and the same. Trinity, I'd like to ask you, from your perspective, from what you know of me and my story, what would you do next?
What I know of your story is that you came to us without any memories and you were able to forge a life anew. When Master Surya talks to me, she often says that your story is almost like a story of rebirth, and that it's an important sort of, I guess, experience to learn from, so that as much as you learned from us in the monastery, we learned from you that the way forward lies exactly there, forward, and not in the past. And that if you live each day as though it's a fresh day, you'll be able to make the most of it. And no one is beyond redemption.
I think that is a very strong point right at the end, because while at one point my story could have been used as an inspiration for rebirth, one could look at it that the techniques that I was using to damage myself could have been a form of protection against the terrible things that I had done in my past. Getting those memories back, it's still something that I'm dealing with. And if the past has no consequence, if we live each moment as if we were in the present, how can we reconcile from the choices that we've made that have hurt others? There are many kinds of debt. Debt for gratitude, debt for forgiveness, debt for revenge.
I suppose you're right. I guess if that's the case... It's a really loud motorcycle.
Oh.
I guess if that's the case, if I were you... I would set about reclaiming my past.
Interesting.
Like, you're saying you got all your memories back.
One would think so. It's hard to sift through and make sure everything is accounted for, but I seem to get the general gists.
Well, then that means there are people that, like you yourself said, you have different kinds of debt. And there are people that maybe feel the same way about you. Maybe they feel they owe you something, or that you owe them something, or that they would like to see you again.
I think this is a very interesting point. And one considers that if I were to keep traveling, it would be the safest to do this in a group. And that if I were to accompany my friends who have helped me in the past, it is most likely that I could stumble on to someone else that I have affected, more so than staying here in the monastery.
Well, yeah. Plus you have a student.
Plus I have a student who has been slacking, I can almost guarantee.
I mean, Master Surya says the whole point of the monastery is to not stay at the monastery.
And that, Trinity, is the exact point I would like to come to with you. I will miss you as well.
When it's my turn to venture out?
Even with me leaving now.
Wow. I can't wait to branch out one day on my own.
Perhaps we'll run into each other.
Yes.
On our travels.
I'm going to have a grand dojo.
Interesting. Would you like to teach others?
I think so. I think it's my way of having a legacy.
Sounds like a connection to others to me.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Perhaps you're not connecting to those around you in the present, but strengthening your chances of connecting in the future.
Yeah. You know, I never really... A lot of times when people talk about, like, legacies and stuff like that, they always talk about it like, you know, getting married and having kids, and I just never really saw that for me. So I always felt like there was a wall between me and everyone else. But maybe for me, you know, the way I can relate to people is through having 100 kids that I teach martial arts.
Absolutely. What better way to share the gifts that you have learned in your lifetime than to pass them on with your experience and point of view? If that's not parenting, then I don't know what is.
I guess you're right. You're really wise.
I've been told that, but mostly recently. I used to have a memory thing.
Yeah, I've heard jokes about it. I think one of the other students here always used to say that you owed them 5 copper and you'd always forget, and they would ask you again the next day. I thought it was a rude trick, but he did occasionally treat us all to sugarcane juice, so.
He took 35 copper from me.
I guess
but
he's
who's
in
counting?
trouble now.
There are many kinds of debts. I should go see Master Akash.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Thank you for the fruit and for the conversation.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, and Scorpio will sort of dust himself off, take a bit of fruit for the road, and then wander over to where Master Akash is, I assume in a sort of room.
Yeah. As you wander through the monastery, it is built in, like, kind of up around the central veranda that you're sitting in. And you know the halls, kind of like the back of your hand. Originally, you had some
trouble to scrub
here.
them.
Yeah. But now you know them. You see the wooden staircase that kind of wraps around and then leads up to Master Akash's quarters. And they are like worn smooth from scrubbing. And as you are walking, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah. I will say there's like a comfortable padding of the bare feet on the wood. That's a comfortable sort of familiar sound and feeling. A dex save?
Yes.
15.
Second here.
Rolled a 9, but I have a +6 on dex.
This one's an opposed roll.
Oh no! Always be ready.
Always be ready. Oof. Yeah, your feet get taken out from under you.
Oh, dang. Okay.
By a small elephant child that is running forward with a cloth on the floor, doing like this, trying to like I don't know how to describe it, like very anime, like bent over, like trying to wipe the floor, like with fast
feet. You push the cloth on the ground and then you run.
Yes.
Almost in a knee-jerk reaction, uncontrollable from Scorpio. As soon as he gets like knocked out in the feet, you can see that his body is surprised and he's slowly reaching back when his magic is sort of activated. We see this sort of like white and black yin and yang pattern that shows up behind him, and 2 skeletal arms come out to attack this child, this elephant child that had done this. Scorpio is hesitantly casting Hellish Rebuke, but will try to stop it from.
Okay.
It's like a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to resolve that.
Give me a wisdom check.
Uh-huh. Just a check or a save?
Just a check.
Okay.
Yeah.
4.
The Hellish Rebuke goes off. Roll damage.
Dang. Oh boy, oh boy. Sorry, I didn't have that. Hellish Rebuke is 2d10 fire damage. Oh my god. Oh, that's if it's okay. Just 1 if it's lower level. 9. Yeesh.
A ghostly flame comes erupting out of the 2 ghost hands. You see the small child reel back, buffeted with flames. You see the little tusks singed at the end, and you see 2 very large tears at the corners of the eyes.
I'm sorry. And Scorpio rushes forward to comfort.
I'm so sorry, Master Scorpio. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. I was just cleaning the floors here, and then I slipped, and I was just trying to get through. Oh.
You did nothing wrong. This is an extenuating circumstance. Oh no. Oh, would you like some candy? Do you want any candy? That normally works for Lulu. Well, pupil, be ready next time, and perhaps this won't happen again.
You feel a presence behind you and one judgmental eye.
Oh no.
You
I turn to look
around and see Master Akash.
What is this pupil's name?
Marsh.
Marsh. I will take over cleaning duties for the evening in penance. I'm sorry to have scared you.
Oh, Tay. He stands up. And the little Loxodon walks away with Master Akash still standing behind you.
I still can't control it all the time, Master. It's dangerous.
I can see that.
I've become a danger to people here.
I don't think you have become a danger. I think there's something inside you that has a tendency to be a bit more greedy with self-preservation.
Master, we've talked about this. My past. I am a bad person. I am a danger to others. It's only through your training here that I have the discipline to control it, and even then, it slips without my control.
Bad is not something you are. Bad is something you do. And the moment you choose to cease doing ill unto others, you cease to be a bad person. To the rabbit, the wolf is bad.
And what can the wolf be besides its nature?
Precisely.
A predator, a danger to the rabbits.
But without the wolf, then the rabbit would consume all of the vegetation. And the farmer would starve. Maybe your purpose, prior to now, was to inspire courage in others to defeat you. And that is a purpose of its own. And maybe now, in your new life, you are inspired to stop the predator, and maybe inspire the predator to be something more than just a predator, but a keeper of balance.
I feel, for the first time, that no matter how hard I work, no matter how much training I put in, I just cannot get the discipline to control this force. I don't even fully understand it.
I don't think any of us do, Scorpio. But you cannot stop wielding hatred so instinctively until you stop hating yourself.
You are so wise.
Learning every day.
I don't know what I'll do without your teachings. I'm afraid to hurt my companions out of instincts.
They wouldn't travel with you if they did not know the danger.
They don't know. They can't know. And they won't. They can't. I will get it under control.
You can only do so much on your own.
I've come this far. My journey to control this force will be long. I understand. I just, for the first time, am worried about the consequences. Living in the present, it has served me very well. It's hard to let that go.
Living for the day gives its own unique benefits and comes with its own unique challenges. Ultimately, we have to desire all things in equal measure. Learning from the past, building for the future, and reveling in the now. And until you bring these three things into unity and reconcile them, there will always be conflict within your spirit.
Almost to Scorpio to himself, under his breath, he chuckles and just says, "A trinity."
Speaking of students, cleaning the floors is a good start, but in order to get you to trust yourself just a little bit more, I'm going to add on to your trial for today. You will be arbitrating Marsh's trial.
Interesting.
He is trying to get his yellow belt.
I see.
And you will be the judge of whether or not he is ready for it.
I just hope that he isn't too frightened of me.
That is part of the trial.
All right.
Also, if he fails, that will reflect on you poorly.
Okay. Yes. Anything else?
No. When you are done in the training hall, join me in my quarters and we can practice on some of that focus and impulse control. I've been working with Leander, your friend, to come up with a unique challenge for you.
With Leander's mind, I'm not sure I'm too excited.
He is an interesting being. Also
Tell
wrought
me
with
about
guilt,
it.
much like you.
We have a special connection, and we may be feeling similarly, and so the betterment of one may be the betterment of another.
This was my theory as well.
If you'll excuse me. And Scorpio will bend down for the rag and go right behind Akasha's feet, like he's waiting for him to go.
Yeah, he steps out of the way. Cleaning the gleaming wooden floors. of the wonderful monastery. After dinner time, you come to the training halls where you notice a few dummies have been erected. You see a bunch of small children there, but today it is Marsh's turn to try to seek higher training. You notice he has a white belt around his waist, and you remember your training gi, which you have since graduated out of. He stands forward, kind of trembling when he sees you, sucking on his trunk absent-mindedly.
Oh, good to see you in fighting form.
He bows.
And Scorpio will bow back. Now, I understand that you're ready to move on. Oh, okay. And we're starting. Now, listen. Marsh, is it?
Yes.
My name is Scorpio, Master Scorpio, as you know. It is okay to feel feelings. Don't be ashamed of the tears that you're feeling right now. You can let them out. But
okay.
I don't want them to be out of fear for me if I can help it.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah. Natural 1. Okay. Scorpio thinks he's helping and he starts casting and the big skeletal arms appear. Oh, cancel. I just wanted to show you they're harmless. I don't...
All the children start crying in the training hall.
Oh, no.
You see another small half-elf child say, "We're all gonna die." You see a baby half-orc with two little buns on her head go, "I want my mom."
This is a nightmare.
You just see all the children begin to cry in unison.
Okay. Scorpio will just run to the corner of the room and yell, "Attention!" and get into a disciplined pose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. Most of them are still crying.
And Scorpio will bow.
Marsh bows.
Now.
There's a little bit of snot coming out of his trunk now.
Students, you would do well to review your forms for me.
You see them begin to go through the different stances. Crane, tiger, eagle, snake.
You have to yell. Okay, we're yelling.
And they start reciting them.
Mm-hmm.
The baby elephant still stands before you, ready for his examination. He steps over to the first station where he has to break a board.
Now, I want you to focus on the task at hand. You may be surrounded by enemies that frighten you, of situations that cause you fear. It is wise to learn to embrace that fear. Use it as a power to infuse into your strikes. Now show me your fear manifest as you split this enemy before you.
Give me an intimidation check to see if you can teach him how to intimidate.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be better than anything else. Okay. That is a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of he puts on a brave face for this, since you've kind of taught him the art of being intimidating. So he's gonna get a +3 to what he rolls.
Okay.
He rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, that is my student.
Oh man, yeah. So he goes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He tries to make a scary face.
Yeah.
There's still tears going down his cheeks. Yeah.
No, Marsh, It seems like you have a little bit of a lack of conviction. You need to believe that you can break the board. It doesn't seem like you believe you can do it.
If I don't break it, are you gonna hurt me?
Absolutely not. If you don't break it, it just means that you're not there in your journey yet. All that we're doing right now is finding out. We can find out together where you need to train more.
Okay.
If it's in this strike, at least we know.
Okay. Okay.
Perhaps we can move on to another section for now.
Okay. And he walks over to where there's like a small, like, you know those things where you do the.
Yeah, it has like the stick arms sticking out of.
And there's a place there behind for you to manipulate it in order to
turn
conduct
them.
his second test. Yeah, he has to successfully defend all of the blows.
Right. Okay, now Marsh, the way that your enemy is going to come after you is going to be a similar training method. They will most likely try to strike you from the base so that you will be off of your footing. So it's important for you to watch the lower rungs as they come towards you. Are you ready?
That's the adult model. And then you see like there's a soft padded one. Like half of its size nearby.
It's been a while. I'm so sorry. For this one, it's about gonna hit you chest height.
It's like got big bits of hay and like padded arms and a smiley face on it. And it's like the Pee-wee version of the hard wooden one that you trained with.
Now this, your fierce enemy, will probably have some sort of training. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Take your first stance. And Scorpio will start the form manipulation.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Okay, can do. 15.
Yeah, it bops him right in the face. It goes pop, pop, and he goes, ugh!
Oh. But maybe you weren't ready?
I was.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes defense isn't our thing either. So let's move on and mark down that we need to work on the offense and the defense.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll move on to the next section.
There's the balance bar.
Okay, here we go.
And there's like these bags for you to throw and try to knock him off the balance bar.
Are they like on strings?
Yeah.
Yeah, on ropes.
They are all like basically big sacks of hay that have like angry faces on them and of these like spooky monsters, and there's like just a little wooden beam for him to walk across.
Now, Marsh, focus on the path ahead, but you have to awaken your senses to be aware of your surroundings. If you have a foe that is coming towards you, you have to make a split-second decision. You will either deflect or dodge. Do you understand?
Yeah. Give me a perception check to see how much of your perception you can impart to him.
7.
He doesn't really get it, but he says,
no,
okay.
buddy.
He gets up on the balance bar.
So your goal is to get to the other end of this balance bar without falling off.
Okay.
You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like, but there may be obstacles along the way. Ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
He gets on the balance bar. And just jets across, and the bags hit him, but it doesn't really move him.
Oh, nice. So he does get hit, but he's keeping forward.
He just puts his arms behind him and does a Naruto run.
Amazing.
Using his trunk for balance, and bags hits him smack in the side of the head and doesn't really phase him.
Nice.
Because he's a baby elephant. He reaches the other side triumphantly and does this.
Yes, Marsh. That was fantastic, spectacular.
See the color rise in his cheeks. He comes over.
I want to tell you something. We can mark this down as a strength for you. You are deft of foot. You are fast. And you can take a hit while still charging. This is a skill. This is where you should hone your abilities. When I first came here, I didn't have any ability. No offense, no defense, and I was knocked easily off of the beam. It wasn't until I started using my head, literally, that I found my strength. The strength of the fighter who comes unconditionally and unconventionally is the strongest. Use this. Turn this weakness into your greatest strength, Marsh.
Okay. My mom says I'm a big boy.
You are. And as of this moment, through my authority, you're a big boy with a yellow belt. And Scorpio will hand it over.
He takes it and puts it, like, hands you his white belt.
Yes.
And puts on his new yellow belt, and then he bows to you.
This comes with the promise that you will hone these skills, and even if others excel in offense or defense, you will not let that affect your training.
Okay.
Can you promise me this?
I promise.
Okay.
You see him run off and join the other students, and they give him a high five.
Yay!
Good
I'm just
job,
glad they're not
Marsh.
scared of me anymore.
There's still a little half-orc girl that, like, won't make eye contact.
That's fine.
The other kids are too excited for Marsh. You know, a couple of them try to pick him up triumphantly, but they give up. It takes like 4 of them to pick up the baby elephant. Like, yay!
Oh, who wants a snack? And Scorpio does a quick hand gesture, and Kale, the sort of skeletal seahorse, comes floating in with some rock candy on a tray, very similar to what Trinity had brought.
Make another performance check or persuasion check. Yeah.
Persuasion. Yeah. 21.
Yeah. They are terrified of you, but they see the cute seahorse and they're like, "That's it."
It's sort of like,
and they all come run over and they like get candy, rock candy from Kale, and try to pet Kale, and yeah.
And Scorpio just reflects on everybody's journey. You know, it's in training these children that you see pure emotions and the pure struggles that everybody goes with. We just mask it differently, and can understand why Master Akash would want him to experience this. Especially with the similarities of how Scorpio trained in his youth. I like to think there's a fun like anime flashback of Chibi Scorpio just like frustrated and unable to do anything until he hits things with his head.
Yeah. Marsh definitely uses his head, except he's an elephant, so his head's probably
it's
twice
a charge.
as effectual.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Marsh at higher levels full on like starts to roll. Like, do you know Naruto now? Like Choji. And he uses his like key powers to double in size, so it just becomes like a boulder rolling.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He would be a formidable fighter for sure. He just has to get through these awkward baby years.
Yeah, but I hope he doesn't lose the softness.
And with this trial completed, it is time for your own trial.
I'm ready.
You head up the stairs to what is the very large chamber that constitutes Master Akash's private sort of teaching area. He's sitting at a desk, and you notice he's like working on some calligraphy with like a very long handled paintbrush. And he looks up and sees you and says, "Oh, it's time." And you see like a large squawking raven on his desk kind of leap off and turn into Leander at this moment. "Oh, Scorpio.
It's good to see you, Leander.
It's
in
good to
this
see
form.
you. We've been chatting about you at length."
Oh. Hopefully you've come to some decisions. It's been difficult
many.
for me.
I no longer want to die. Yes.
Oh. Progress.
Important progress, to say the least. And what about you?
I think there are some things that I would like to discover about my own past and maybe rectify, but I've discovered multiple times recently that it's about the journey. So I'm ready to journey forward. I thank you, Master Akash, for the training that you've gifted me here, but I have my friends that I owe a debt of gratitude to, as well as will use them as a ticket to travel and see the world and perhaps discover more about myself.
There's no one better to learn from than the people around you.
I've been learning that.
And as an emissary of hope, I dare say, it's doubly important. But that leads me to a very, very important question. Do you still wish to be bound in my service? And I won't keep you against your will the way Whimsy did. It is not our way.
Honestly, I've thought a lot on this. I've meditated, I've asked for advice. And I'd like to think that I don't want to keep the powers out of pride. There's a sense of fear I have with not using them, losing these abilities that I've come to rely on. But because I do not understand them, I feel as though there's still a lesson to be taught. And the only times that I had used them was as an emissary of despair. There must have been a reason that this happened. And while I'd like to think that it was for my personal growth and transformation, I can't help but think that it's my legacy, something I can pass on to the world. The view of hope, while terrifying and scary at first to those who are not familiar with it, can come to understand it and see its value. I can be that for someone.
Yeah, I suppose you could. You know, Scorpio, you're not so bad.
Thank you, Leander. You're not so bad either.
You've set into motion a great number of events that will probably affect the destinies of more than just you and your friends. I don't think you've quite really gotten the grasp of it yet, but your Master Akash and I have spoken at length about it and what it might mean. At this, Akash says, "Yes, And considering you've taken on a pupil of your own, perhaps being familiar with this set of skills will aid you in your teaching.
Lulu definitely has a lot to teach me as well.
Yes, Lulu. Leander has spoken to me a bit about her. Interesting child.
Yes, also bound in a magical pact.
How does she compare to Marsh?
Marsh, while showing great potential, is very young and inexperienced. Lulu has the benefit of having traveled and adventured and has grown quite tough, if I do say so myself. I no longer consider her a child, but an equal on the battlefield.
Oh. It's an interesting notion. And what did you learn from Marsh?
Marsh feels very familiar to my beginning stories here at the monastery. And I see the point that someone may have been trying to make. I will use these gifts. They are not a curse. They're something that I could use as a strength. And I should embrace them.
Good. Now that we've trained your spirit, it's time to train your skills, or at least test them. Unfortunately, your training will not be in the training hall. You've moved above the peewee level.
Finally.
Finally. It took a bit of time.
Mm.
We've teamed up. He looks over at Leander and Leander goes, to create a unique challenge for you.
I'm ready.
Go to the meadery, the storage hall in the back. Your challenge awaits you there. We wish you the best of luck.
Oh, neither of you are coming with.
We'll be observing from the galley above.
Understood.
And should things escalate, we'll intervene.
Noted.
Oh no, I've definitely got it. Well, no, it should be fine, I think.
Oh, good to know.
And you hear Akash say to him, you reduced it in size, correct? Well, I think so, yes. Well, somewhat. It was bigger. It was bigger than that. Well, run along, Scorpio. We'll be watching.
And Scorpio will take off.
And so, Scorpio, you find yourself. Wait, did I do this? Did I set this up right? Give me a second. I may not have set this up right, chat. What?
Map.
There we go. Map.
Ooh, oh, there's the training. Oh, it's all here.
Wait. Here we go.
It's gone.
Boom. There we
yeah.
go. I needed to be a little bit bigger.
Look at the detail. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
There's a loaf of bread.
There's little training things, and there's barrels.
The training thing says the rope painted separately. Wow. Wow.
Sometimes I pop off on these one shots.
Yeah.
And the grand unveiling of the new and improved Scorpio.
There he is.
Focus here. Okay, it's not going to focus, so we'll put him here. Scorpio!
Good. Yay! Rushing forward.
Rushing forward, head first.
Head first.
Yeah.
Defying gravity.
Yeah.
Very cool mini. I slid that slider as far as it would go to let me lean forward.
Oh
in the
man,
3D.
yeah. Yeah, you do lean forward quite a bit. Yeah. I like that there's like weird like eldritch mists coming out from the bottom too. Makes it even better.
Representing. Yeah.
You come into this room, you see some tables where people have been kind of chilling by the fire. You know that sometimes people come down here to like test the mead. This is kind of the brewery. There's lots of barrels where it's maturing. There's other random things shoved into corners because, you know, there's a lot of things that need to be stored in a space like this. And as you look around the room, give me an initiative roll.
Ooh, okay. 12.
12. Give me a second here. Gotta run the encounter runner for a moment.
Fireplace. So good. When you do a mini set like this, is a lot of them like a set pieces that kind of come together, or is it various things that you sort of mishmash?
It depends. So some of them are set pieces that come together, but most of them I mishmash. So the barrels were separate. They were actually from, the 4 big barrels are from episode 1 of Shikar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then this set of barrels comes from like a different dungeon set. And then the tables and the fireplace were from one set. So it's a mixture of both, actually. Yeah.
But like, because it's all like your painting style too, it all sort of blends together. And
yeah,
looks
yeah,
cohesive.
yeah. A lot of times, like once everything's like primed and ready to go, it becomes like you can't tell that they're from different sets.
Yeah,
except for like the cardboard ones, because I have some cardboard like standees that I've used for. I think it was actually for your last one shot. So that's the only one that doesn't quite look like that, but
you can't really tell online.
Yeah, you can't tell. Okay, so you got a 12. All right. You get to go first. You see it. Well, you hear it first. You hear a tunk, tunk. Then you hear a cheek. And you hear a strange
like a mechanical?
Chink, chink. And then you hear like wooden creaking as all of a sudden
a robot.
Boom!
Is it a Warforged? Oh, cool!
A barrel construct!
A barrel construct. It's not a barrel
made
mimic.
Of barrels!
Oh, my #1 favorite enemy.
Fucking up the cast of Shikar since episode 1.
The barrels. That's amazing.
The barrel construct.
Look at the detail. Each of like the nuts and bolts and stuff. Oh my gosh.
I had so much fun painting him today.
It looks so good. And it's like legitimately metallic.
Yes. There's a few different colors of metal on him, and yeah, he was a lot of fun. I hope we get to use him again in the future because he's just a lot of fun.
Yes. This is a friend-shaped mini. You're coming with me.
All right, Scorpio. You are up first. You see this thing, and it turns towards you with a tunk, 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 with like a wooden thud, and then it says, "Training mode activated."
Training mode.
You see like the threads of magic kind of manipulating it, and they lead up to like a skeletal hand kind of puppeteering it, kind of similar to your own skeletal hand that you used to conjure.
Right. That's interesting. Scorpio sees that and is just thinking of the mantra of like, All right, we're going to use it as a strength. This is not a weakness. This is not something scary. This is something we can use with us. He starts to do some hand seals, and behind him, the skeletal arms also perform some seals, and mage armor forms all over his body. And in this case, it forms as like a frosty, sort of crystalline cover that accents around him. And you can see his eyes sort of glaze over in sort of like a dark crystal from this armor. It fades into sort of invisibility until it becomes active again, and then you can sort of see the outline of it if it blocks anything.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice.
So we did mage armor as the action, and then Scorpio will sort of move and take cover behind one of these tables, or even underneath the table.
Like here?
Yeah, in a ready position.
All right. You will be at half cover.
Thanks.
Let's see. He is going to... Yeah, no, he's going to do that. He's going to move here, pick up this barrel, and throw it at you. Give me a deck save.
I will. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm very excited for something that's going to happen maybe. Okay, so first of all, the deck save. That is a 15.
Okay. That makes it.
That makes it. Okay. I would like to use my reaction.
Yes.
This is a new skill from leveling up in Monk. It is deflect missiles. Yes. And I would like to spend a key point to do the deflect missiles attack and launch this barrel back at the creature.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yes. Natural 20! Yeah! I know it doesn't do anything to confirm it, but there it is.
Hey! All right. Yeah. Give me 2d10 plus 4.
Amazing
Damage. Yeah. As you fling, this is so cool to imagine. Imagine you catching
plus
it.
4 is 20.
20. Holy smokes.
8 and 8.
And he's moved back 10 feet. Fantastic. Yeah, I imagine you like grab this, turn around, and then flip it right back at him.
But you can see as the key is like activated in Scorpio, it's in conjunction with these skeletal arms. He's using the momentum of both the barrel coming at and this magical force together to sort of take in the energy and push it back.
Amazing. Yeah. He gets pushed back 10 feet, takes 20 damage, and it is your turn.
Yes. Scorpio then leaps up from underneath this table and in a jumping strike sort of missiles down with forehead first at this thing.
Whoa. Whoops, sorry. I don't have the Dimension 20 production value, guys. Boom.
Right? Bam! That's an 18 to hit on the unarmed.
That hits.
Thank God. So that is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
For that, and then activates another key point for Flurry of Blows.
Oh.
So, yeah, Scorpio comes down in like this missile head first, and then cracks into it, and then quickly moves into a somersault to attack again for an 18 again. Right? Yeah.
That hits.
18 hits. And that is 7 points.
Da, da, da.
And that'll be one more attempt. And the last one's a natural 1.
Okay. The last one misses. Give me a second here. Okay. Perfect. So, with that, it is the construct's turn. It is going to try to slam its fist down on you.
Yes.
For a 21.
Well, that'll hit.
And it says 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
As with like kind of stopping halfway as it brings down its fist on you.
Ugh. So there is this moment where Scorpio had that natural one of trying to whip his head around again for that final attack, misses and gets a bit disoriented. And as he sort of looks up, sort of catches at the last minute, this thing slamming down. But as the attack crunches through Scorpio, he keeps his head up and his arms down at his side and sort of takes on the full brunt of the attack, much like someone training under a waterfall for like the pressure of it. And as he does, you can see the crystalline effects of the mage armor sort of bristle. And without holding back this time, a full-on hellish rebuke springs forward from behind Scorpio in those skeletal arms as they rend forward and do damage for 2d10. At this thing, and it's fire damage, if that makes a difference.
Yeah.
For 9 points.
As the fire comes like erupting out from these skeletal hands that like kind of conjure themselves above you, you see like an anime glint in the golem's eye, like shink, and the fire comes gushing out and is like absorbed into the scintillating green eye. And as it is, you see the construct get a little bit bigger.
Oh, nice.
But only by 9 points. Oops, wrong thing. Okay.
Gotcha.
It is then your turn.
Yes. All right. So that being said, Scorpio is sort of putting the pieces together of how he's being trained here. And then will sort of back away a little bit, but not disengaging.
Okay.
It will, as an action, points a finger at this thing, and the skeletal hands, while normally doing hand signs above it and behind Scorpio, start to do it in front of Scorpio's face, and finally end on a position that allows True Strike to be cast. And so
very nice.
Insight, and it's advantage on the next attack.
Perfect.
That being said, Scorpio will hunker down and as a bonus action, prepare defense.
Okay. The construct is going to leave your melee range.
Do I have up attack? I don't think so. JK.
Oh, because you took a defensive stance?
Yes. Well, opportunity attack, isn't that a special feat that you have to take in this?
No.
Oh.
You don't need to take...
It's just anytime you disengage?
Yeah, anytime something leaves... My understanding of op attack is like anytime something leaves your what is it? When you're engaged in melee with something and it leaves your melee range, you get to have an op attack on it. Now, if there's something in your monk features that don't allow you to take it, then that would...
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Then go ahead and roll. Roll to hit.
Yeah. 19.
That hits.
And that'll be just the unarmed strike for 9.
Very nice.
Bludgeoning.
It's not bad at all. So you chunked off what you healed it for.
You're right. That's true. Net 0.
Yeah. He's going to lift this barrel and throw it at you. Give me a dex save. You're still going to take the damage, but the dex save determines whether or not you get pushed.
Copy. An 18.
18. Okay, so you are able, the barrel hits you, but you're able to kind of like use your hand to vault over it or to the side of it as it goes back and crashes against one of the benches. You take, 7 points of bludgeoning damage, but you're not thrown back.
Gotcha.
As it goes here and knocks this over. Doosh, doosh. All right, with that, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Scorpio feeling a little winded.
Yeah. Just trying to think of the next plan of action. Okay. With that happening, Scorpio's going to turn to the table behind him, and in one swift motion will place his leg underneath it and flip it up in the direction of this creation, the golem.
Okay.
Using that as sort of like a distraction and a defense in a way, Scorpio will move around the side of it while it's in the air and then strike
Okay, perfect.
in a surprise.
So like putting it like there maybe?
Yep,
And then, so like for half cover and then hitting him?
exactly.
Am I getting perfect? Awesome.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oof. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Dang. I get one more swing, and that is a 16.
That does not hit.
Dang.
Now with half.
Oh wait, I have advantage because I had True Strike.
You do
on
have
both
advantage.
of those.
You do have advantage. So the first attack misses, but you have your second attack.
Yes. 16. High math. 22.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay. 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning. Perfect.
And then my advantage attack on the second one. 14 plus 6 is dirty 20.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Sweet. No, the damage is 6.
Oh, 6. Perfect. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's all good.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, good thing I had
This-
True Strike.
Yeah, this golem is like creaking and clanking under your blows. As you strike at it repeatedly, you're able to find with that true strike the weak points. You know these barrels inside and out. You've hauled them up and down the monastery steps. You've carried them to the market. In fact, you have a quick flashback of carrying these, like setting up these mead barrels at the farmer's market with Valym and remembering the weak point, right where you're able to strike, right where the banding is the weakest to make it snap, because you've had to clean this up before. And you strike with the golem with this knowledge. Boom, boom. As you do so, it's going to try to retaliate. You do get +2 to your AC with your half cover.
Yes, and I also have mage armor on.
Yes. So he's going to try to slam his fist down on you. That's only a 15.
Not good enough.
So instead, we see the fist come down on that table, crushing it, but reducing it to powder, but saving you from the blow. It is your turn.
All right. Yeah, and I imagine that Scorpio, traditionally has been fighting with his forehead as his main sort of weapon. But after the training with Marsh today, you can see him, and with the True Strike knowledge, it's sort of like the speed vision of like a very fast character, where we can see him in a split second decide to use his arm or use his leg instead of just slamming with his forehead all of the time and finding all of these weak points.
Yeah.
So it's a different fighting style for Scorpio that we really haven't seen before.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But we'll continue on, and we're going to continue hitting it, hopefully. So the True Strike only lasts for the next hit, so it's no longer active. But 11 doesn't hit, right?
No.
That one's a miss. That is an 18.
That does hit.
Okay. Second hit. 3 plus 3, 6.
6 bludgeoning damage, right? Perfect. Yeah, you take out one of the leg plates. You see it go down to one knee, but it's still kicking. It is now the construct's turn. The construct is going to grab one of these and fling it at you. Boom.
Yes.
This one you don't have to make a dex save for. It's just going to roll to hit because this is not a barrel.
Okay.
Got a nat 1.
Yes, because also Scorpio would like to spend another key point to deflect and attack with this missile.
Oh, perfect.
Yay.
All right, roll to hit.
Yeah. Nice. 19.
That hits. Give me a 1d8 plus 3. using my own things against me.
That's 8 total.
8 total. Yeah, you are able to catch the training dummy out of thin air and fling it back. It hits the golem square in the chest, and he lets out a creaking groan of the wood, kind of like just, I don't know, buckling under the pressure as like the training dummy collides with it. It is your turn.
Yeah, Scorpio is just going up
Showing
and
off
like
that
coup de
monk
grace.
deflect missile.
I love it. And I got more key points, so it fits.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll slowly step up to this construct and just marvel at what a beautiful creation it was, and that it was specifically designed to test Scorpio in this moment. And we'll take all that in as he slams his forehead down, finishing attack.
Gotcha.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
And that is 9 points.
9 points of damage. As your forehead comes down, crack, you see
between the eyes
one shudder as the construct falls back with a loud clattering. A mess of pipes and metal and anything that honestly was sitting in this room before, distilling equipment, all come clattering back into an unanimated pile and jumble of parts, rusted old parts, as the construct ceases to exist once more. You see the skeletal hand above it kind of like now puppeteering nothing at all. And you see it kind of go back, and you see in the upper galley, sure enough, Leander, and you see this hand kind of float back to him.
I'd recognize that puppet work anywhere.
Oh, you liked that, did you?
It reminds me of your birthday celebration some time ago.
Yes, I am rather fond of puppets. Well, this was quite a wonder to behold. Yes, I think our training seems to go hand in hand. And you see Akash kind of say this, like chuckling at like the skeletal hands being conjured by Leander.
Good one.
How do you feel?
I'm realizing what I teach, that these weaknesses are not weaknesses, but in fact strengths, and using aggressive power against my enemies when they apply it seems to be the most effective weapon of all.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Master.
You've come so far and learned so much and taught us so much.
I can only hope to continue in an upward trajectory and to continue to make you proud. I've learned recently that it's our actions that will define us, our legacy.
He looks over at Leander. Leander looks over at him and he goes, "That's our boy."
It's my two dads.
Oh, Scorpio. He's like bobbling around. He's like the complete opposite of Akash, who's like very calm and dignified. And instead, Leander's like kind of fanboying a little bit. "Oh, you did so good. You had me worried for a moment there, but then you rallied."
Yeah.
You
It's
just
nice
see
to
Akash
have
like
memories to fall back on and experience.
And Leander, you notice, like with a flick of his wrist, starts like repairing the barrels he used, using like
Nice.
the mend cantrip.
Right.
He just
I was
starts-
actually looking to see if I had it, but I don't, because the Scorpio would try to help.
Yeah. Just reforming the barrels and carefully stacking them. Akash like very lightly lifting them and kind of putting them where they need to go. You kind of set the space right in a harmonious fashion. You know, monk shit.
Yeah.
And retreat to the still quietness, bathed in moonlight now, of the veranda. Leander comes to you almost a little sad and says, I think I'm going to stay a while. I haven't learned all my lessons yet, as you know.
Honestly, it's a load off of my mind to know that you're here, protected, out of danger.
Oh, no harm shall come to the monastery while I, Leander, am here.
I'm counting on it.
Things are going to be a bit weird, given that hope is now in the mix again. We have things we must set right, Scorpio. Yes, and I need your help. I need your friends' help. Me and Sahiba have also been in contact with each other, and we feel that your fates have now become irrevocably tied with that of the gods.
It seems as though it was always this way.
He teaches me so much. He yells across the courtyard, and you see Master Akash go,
It's quiet hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still learning the rules.
Well,
Sometimes
rule
I
number
forget
one
to
is
take
it's
off my
always
shoes.
quiet hours.
Oh, right. Always quiet hours. Oh. I ate 6 bowls of rice the other day, and I was given a lengthy lecture about restraint.
But hopefully you ate every grain out of those bowls, because if there was any left...
Oh, you get wrapped on the knuckles if you do that.
Big punishment.
Yes. I'm still learning to eat with chopsticks as well. It's very difficult, but I'm trying.
Can be.
I'm so used to just eating with my bare hands.
It was disturbing to watch. Especially because you never wash them.
Well, it's been a strange life. I guess we're both learning from each other. I'm happy that you're here, Scorpio.
I'm
In
happy
my
to
life,
be here.
I mean.
I'm happy to be of help.
If you hadn't foolishly gone into that well and all of that, I would still be trapped in that sort of half dead, half alive state of damnation.
Our situations were not too dissimilar in that we were only a part of ourselves wandering through the world. Hopefully we both can restore full personhood and become proud of the legacy we leave behind.
Yes. And Whimsy, though he may be very powerful, is still a worthy being, mayhaps, of existing. Although, I think eventually, at some point, we may have to defeat him. I do so out of pity, not out of anger. No.
We cannot discount despair, nor underestimate them.
I want to give you a parting gift.
You've given me so much already, but okay.
And he teaches you how to create a construct. A little baby barrel construct of your own. You can call this forward for free once per short rest. It lasts for 1 hour.
Hold on, wait. I gotta pull up my notes. Wait. Sorry, barrel construct.
Yes, one little barrel construct. A smaller version of what... Yeah.
And then once per day?
Once per short rest, you can summon him forth using 1 action. It lasts for 1 hour. And it has an AC of 17
Oh my goodness.
and 55 hit points and a speed of 30 feet.
Oh god. 30 feet speed. Okay.
And it has the slam attack that this construct had. And it uses your spell attack modifier to hit. It has a reach of 5 feet, and it does 1d8 plus 8 bludgeoning damage.
Amazing. Also, I'm just giving you a heads up. At some point, Kale and this construct are going to fusion combine. I don't know when it'll happen, but I will draft up the stats for that inevitability.
Amazing, amazing. In addition, this is my homebrew rule. You can overload the construct. If you overload the construct, you can get it for 1 turn to mimic all of the actions you take. And then after that, it depowers until it's powered up again. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What was that called again?
It's overload.
Overload. And it's 1 action, mimics 1 action, or can it be a bonus or a reaction as well?
So for like 1 round of combat, it'll attempt to copy, like a shadow jutsu, basically. It's
Got it.
Copy everything you do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So if you like set it to overload, for that round, whatever you do, it will do on your turn. I should specify that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you punch 3
What a
times,
gift.
it'll punch 3 times.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
Thank
you
you.
learn how to make your own barrel construct.
Amazing.
Yeah. As he like teaches you how to maneuver your skeleton arm as a marionette.
It's all connected.
Yeah. He says, oh, yes, this is something that Akash taught me. He taught me that I could combine my hobbies with my abilities and derive joy from them instead of just pain and suffering.
Yes.
So I started creating these puppets as a welcome diversion, and he had the wonderful idea to incorporate them into your training.
Amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible.
I thought you'd appreciate it, given your proclivity for barrels.
It's very much appreciated.
This
I wonder
one
if we could
smells
fill a
like weed.
construct. Yes, we could have it with ale in it.
A little barmaid.
It's like a Saint Bernard with the barrel of.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Exactly like that, chat. Sort of like an Echo Knight copycat for 1 round. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
a little inspired by Shadow Jutsus and Echo Knights.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, I get you. I understand.
Also by Monster Hunter.
And like puppeteering jutsu, that's a whole separate genre too. That's so good.
Yeah. I was like figuring out how to make it like something that would naturally go with your kit, and I was playing Monster Hunter last night. I was playing Hunting Horn, and we have this new ability where you can plant like this like echo seed thing, so whenever
Like a
I
trap?
play songs on my Hunting Horn far away, they're like repeated. It's like a speaker.
Oh,
So yeah,
cool.
even if like the party's out of my range or whatever, I can like play the
Still-
buffs, and it's like it's like basically the
Wow.
amplifier for. And I was like,
That's
oh,
giving me ideas.
what if this little construct was like an amplifier for Scorpio's abilities? Like that would be kind of cool. Wi-Fi extender.
Absolutely love it. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and I think just like on a closing button, then Scorpio will set out like a pack on his back, and Kale and this little barrel construct following along. He's got his little squad.
In true, Studio Ghibli fashion, Marsh and Trinity and all of your friends from this adventure stand in the courtyard waving goodbye. Marsh's bright yellow belt around his
flapping, matching
Yeah.
the wheat in the background.
Mhm.
That's equally flapping.
standing with his hands on his hips proudly as the proud recipient of a yellow belt. And they all wave, bye! Be safe! I'll see you soon!
As he's walking, Scorpio doesn't look back, but does the cool anime.
And that's a close on Scorpio's one shot.
I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Bronze. This is so fun.
Yeah, these are the one shots are a little shorter, but you know they're also fairly wholesome. So
yeah, and it's just the little adventures in between.
How close did you get to dying? I was worried for a second there.
Not too close.
Okay.
Let me see. How many HP did I have left? I was down to 25 of 51, so I was about at halfway.
Yeah, you're being able to deflect missiles came in clutch. That's why I said at the top of the episode when you're like, yeah, I just unlocked deflect missile. I was like, that'll come into play today.
It's like, a perfect justification for like the level up.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna get a lot of use out of that.
Amazing. Oh, I'm so glad that it worked out that way.
Yes.
And were you always intending to like have it absorb any warlock magic that was like thrown at it?
Yes.
Is that the okay?
Yeah, that was gonna be the big sort of MacGuffin. I don't know what we want to call it.
Yeah, like the twist.
Yeah, the twist of like, oh yeah, this thing is, you know, immune to Scorpio's magic because it's powered by Scorpio's patron.
Exactly.
And,
that makes sense.
The one thing that was a bit different than what I originally planned was I didn't expect you to hellish rebuke Marsh.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't either.
So I did all of his skill rolls with disadvantage because he was so shaken after that.
But honestly, I love the way that shook out.
Yeah.
Because it really got to, Scorpio's backstory, and he was in the exact same position and using. It's the story of so many martial artists that feel like they can't compete with their peers if they fail in one aspect. But really, it's turning that weakness into a strength.
My love for Kung Fu Panda definitely bled into this episode.
Yeah.
Because I've always loved the idea of like a little like elephant.
Yeah.
Like monk. So this is a little bit of a self-insert PC that I would play.
We'll see him later, I'm sure.
Is an
like if we have a time skip. Yeah.
Yeah, I always just love the idea of especially flurry of blows because he can wallop you with the trunk in his two hands.
Yeah. Amazing.
But this one's just a baby. He's not very good at things. I definitely.
For some reason, I'm picturing it like green hued as well, like a green and silver hued elephant.
It would be, I also feel like he still has a fuzzy head because baby elephants usually do.
Yeah, like the tuft.
Yeah. Just like a fuzzy headed, like awkward elephant that like stands the way babies stand. You know how like toddlers stand with their belly out? Yes. I feel like he probably stands like that with his like belly out, like hey.
Right. It's like a totally easy to put off stance, but there's like a power to it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. All of these are so much fun. I love the one shots. I love like sitting with you and like learning more about your character. And
honestly, I love doing the Scorpio one-on-one shots because it turns into us just having like philosophical debates most of the time.
Yes. They're so good.
It's
I would
always
say
so deep.
your one shots and Gabe's one shots are like the ones where we talk about like Gabe is like we talk about the nature of good and evil. And yours is, like,
and that's Valym's whole thing.
Yeah, we talk about the nature of like failure, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, like what's it like to feel like a failure, you know? And even the conversation with Trinity at the beginning, I was like, oh. I changed her name to Trinity as the callback to our intro talk show, but then it ended up fitting really well.
It came back.
They always come back.
Yep.
They always come back.
If you're listening.
Thank you so much for joining me for this one shot. I appreciate it so much, Xander. And thank you so much, chat, for coming through. We are off next Tuesday night. After we level up and do all the one shots, we usually take a couple weeks, and that's just for me to storyboard, check back in with the players on what we're interested in doing, and prep minis for the next arc. All of the player minis are painted now because that's one of the big things about the one shots is like when we do the one shots, I paint the character minis.
Yeah. It's like the driving force behind getting the minis painted.
Yes.
But always a delight to see them.
Thank you so much. I have half a mind to make this barrel mini like your construct, even though it's a bit too large, just because that way we can use it again.
I would love that.
It's so large, though. I need a smaller one.
Sure.
Yeah, shout outs to Vicken for passing me cash to order some Misty Mountain gaming minis, because that's where I got that from, and I've loved
what a
the
gorgeous
miniatures I've gotten from there. So,
yeah.
Thanks to Vicken for sponsoring that.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have today.
Yay.
Plug yourself. Talk about your award-winning show.
Yes, yeah. So we just wrapped our musical, Teaching a Robot to Love. It's an original musical, and you can find more details at teachingarobottolove.com. We won a bunch of awards at the Hollywood Fringe Festival. We performed it live. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you can still listen to the soundtrack anywhere that you download music. But there's a fan-made full version of each of the songs from the soundtrack is done on YouTube, and there are music videos done in Animal Crossing. They cast each of us in their own Animal Crossing character and animated all of the songs. It's absolutely incredible, totally fan-made, but it's all linked on the website, so definitely check that out. And it's been an incredible journey, and we can't wait to see where the show goes in the future.
That's so cool.
Right? It's it blew our minds, and they had been consistently working on them. So the last song just came out on our rap day, so we were all crying and watching it. It's so good.
Congratulations, Xander. You're amazing.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It was an ensemble show. It was written by Laser from the Double Clicks, and they came out as non-binary, and so it's a lot of dealing with that as a robot, learning to be a human and learning to love.
That's so cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. You did a digital showing, and I think I missed it for some reason.
Yes. No, it's all good. Yeah, that was one of the cool things about the Hollywood Fringe Festival is they did record it for us, and we did do some live streams of the show. Because of theater union rules, we can't leave the recordings up forever, and we can't distribute it out. But it is nice to have and potentially use for proof in the future of proof of concept.
Yeah, it's so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
All right, audience. We're not going to see you next week. And for our YouTube viewers, we're not going to see you next week or the week after. But when we come back, we're going to be dealing with this time hop. Our characters have been apart for at least 2 months at this point.
Okay.
Based off of everyone's individual one-shots. When we come back, maybe it will be later. We all consult on this. We have a group jam. We're all like, do we want to do a time skip? Is this a year later? What has happened in a year?
Yeah.
So once we do our planning for the next story arc and what everyone's story arc is going to be, since we've resolved this big one with Leander, we'll see where we end up. We may end up in a different part of the continent. Who knows?
Ooh.
On her one shot, Sephi went as far as any of y'all have ever been.
Travel wise?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. We haven't gotten too far. We sort of ran into trouble along the way.
She's gone the farthest that anyone has ever gone. She just hopped on a boat and was like, yeah, I want to go.
Why not? Yeah. It's your one shot. You can do whatever.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I've done that in RPG games with Fog of War. You just take off in a direction and see what you can discover.
Yeah. Go in a straight line and see where the mountains turn into impassable walls.
And then keep trying. You'll get over there.
Yeah.
Just keep climbing.
Use a horse if it's Skyrim. Horses can walk up mountains in that game. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Just
there
walk
you
up
go.
the mountain.
Fall damage? I've never heard of her.
We just hit a sub goal where I have to actually beat Skyrim.
Ooh.
I've never beaten it. I always get distracted and do other stuff. So I've never actually played the main story.
Nice.
I have become the king of the Thieves Guild, the king of the Nightingales, the king of the
Did you do the Bard
Assassins Guild.
College for no reason?
Yeah, the Bard College, the companions.
Archmage.
Yeah, the Mage University. And then I'm like, well, I beat the game and I stop. I've never actually
You gotta go
found out
defeat a dragon or
if
something.
Ulfric Stormcloak is a usurping bastard or if he's a good guy. I don't know.
Who knows?
Because I've never played it. I've always been like, listen, I'm a Khajiit. All these freaking Norn are racist as hell to me. I don't care what happens to them. Because I walk around in like Whiterun, literally called Whiterun, and the Norn cities, and they're just like, I'll turn you into a rug, cat. And I'm like, I am walking. I'm just walking, literally not doing anything.
Called.
No, like, I'm watching you, thief. And I'm like, I'm walking around. I've done nothing. I am a tax-paying city. I own a house in Whiterun.
Jazargo will remember this.
And they think I'm a skooma drinking, drug dealing like piece of shit. And I'm like, I own a home here. I have a squire in my employ.
Association.
Yeah, Lydia is like
Lydia.
You know, I pay someone's salary. I'm a
true.
honorable
People
citizen
are dependent
here.
on you.
Yeah, and the guards will still go, I'm watching you, cat. I'll skin you. And I'm like, while I'm walking to my own home, you know, they're like, you breaking in here? I'm like, what? No, this is my house. I'm just
It's
a
full
cat.
of cheese wheels that I found.
Some of them I did steal though, legit.
I'm
not gonna lie. Did I put a bucket on a shopkeep's head and steal all of their cheese wheels? I did.
That's on them though.
But that
They should
cheese
have
and
been
apple
ready.
stew is not gonna make itself. Okay. You know, I'm not saying I don't steal. I steal
Right.
everything that's not nailed down. But they still shouldn't say that to me. I've been to jail like 6 times. I'm not going to lie. But they still shouldn't say that. I still pay my taxes.
Well, actually, it depends on what you count by paying, but you know, the taxes are there. Anyway.
That's it. Have a wonderful night. Y'all are great. This has been amazing. The world is crazy right now. Take care of yourselves, okay?
Yeah. Find joy. That's
Find
the main
joy.
goal. Find joy.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.